Welcome to my channel Tech Set Go. For weeks, drone fans have been waiting, checking DJI's website, refreshing social media feeds, looking for any sign of the Mini 5 Pro. Nothing. No teaser. No cryptic post, no countdown timer, not even a grainy silhouette to spark speculation. DJI has stayed completely silent, and that silence made people wonder, was the Mini 5 Pro even close? Then came the twist. A reliable leaker, Jasper Ellens, dropped a bombshell. Not a vague rumor, not a blurry photo, but clear, detailed renders, images of packaging, and even partial specs. Suddenly, we had the closest thing yet to an early reveal. Why the silence? The first surprise is that DJI seems to have postponed the launch window. That explains the radio silence. Instead of hyping up the product early, they're holding it back. Disappointing, maybe, but there's an upside. The leaks we have now aren't scraps of guesswork. They're high-quality product images, kind you usually see when manufacturing is done and shipping is closed. It means one thing: the Mini 5 Pro is ready. It's just waiting for its moment. The packaging tells a story. Leaked box art confirms at least two main bundles. A Flymore combo with the RCN3 controller, a Flymore combo Plus with the upgraded RC2 controller. That's important because packaging leaks don't usually happen until production is well underway. Factories print boxes last. If the boxes exist, the drone is already in mass production. The weight question box highlights ultralight and foldable. Those words are standard for the Mini series, but something's missing. DJI usually prints under 249G in big proud letters here. Nothing. That missing label tells us something important. The Mini 5 Pro might be heavier than the sub 249 grams category. Why? Because the camera is getting an upgrade. A big one. Camera upgrade looks point to a 1-in image sensor. That's a big step up from the Mini 4 Pro's smaller sensor. A bigger sensor gathers more light. More light means better low light performance, better dynamic range, and sharper details. It's the difference between an okay sunset shot and one that makes you stop and stare. The Mini 5 Pro will also push frame rates. Further, minus 4K at up to 120 frames per second. The Mini 4 Pro top dead at 100 FPS. It's a small number change, but a big leap for slow-motion shooters. DOD. And then there's the 48mm medium tele mode. It's a digital crop that mimics a telephoto lens. No extra optical zoom hardware, but a tighter, more cinematic field of view. That means you can get close-up shots without flying dangerously close. Gimbal. Freedom of the most creative leaks is about the gimbal. It's rumored to rotate up to 225. For filmmakers, that's gold. It means you could go from a straight-down shot to a forward-facing shot in one smooth movement. No awkward edit, no jerky angle shift. Imagine starting above a cliff camera, pointed straight down at the waves, then slowly tilting up to reveal the horizon. It's the kind of move that turns a simple clip into a cinematic moment. Smarter and safer flights. Mini 5 Pro is also expected to improve obstacle avoidance and tracking. Forward-facing LiDAR sensors could be part of the setup. LiDAR has an edge in low-light, Yandesk, or shaded forests where visual sensors struggle. It means safer flights when conditions aren't perfect. The tracking algorithms are also getting smarter. The drone should be able to lock on to fast-moving subjects, cyclists, runners, skaters without losing them mid-shot. For action sports or wildlife, that's huge. Flight time. Standard flight time is rumored at around 36 minutes. That's a touch more than the Mini 4 Pro's official rating, but the real attention is on a possible Plus battery. That could push flight time up to 50 minutes. The trade-off, the bigger battery, will add weight and might push the drone further out of the ultralight class. A more durable design. Render images suggest the motors might have sealed designs, no visible vents. That could mean better dust and moisture protection. For people who fly near beaches, in deserts, or in unpredictable weather, this is huge. Less debris means fewer maintenance headaches. It might reduce cooling efficiency a little, but for most pilots, the durability gain is worth it. The unknown? Some things we still don't know. Exact weight, internal storage size, wind resistance ratings, price tiers for different bundles, which accusing version it will use for video transmission. Those details could change how people see the value of the Mini 5 Pro release. Tim and Gorginally, people expected an August 7th launch. That's not happening. Now, signs point to September 2025. That timing makes sense. DJI could be avoiding overlap with the Osmo 360 launch. It could also be managing supply chain issues, something that's been affecting many electronics brands. In the US, some DJI products have quietly disappeared from store shelves. That's often a sign of inventory clearance before a big release. Reliable leaker Jasper Allen stepped in with a bombshell. Not a blurry shot from a warehouse floor. Not a shaky camera photo of a test flight in the distance, but crisp, high-quality renders. Product packaging, box art, and enough partial specs to start painting a clear picture. These aren't the kind of leaks you get early in development. They're the kind you see when the product is basically ready to ship. So well, DJI, I might be holding back their own reveal. The internet has now seen enough to know the Mini 5 Pro is real. It's in production, and it's probably just weeks away from release. Why stay silent? The first twist in the story is the delay. It looks like DJI pushed back the launch window. That explains the lack of promotion, but this delay isn't necessarily bad news. In fact, it may have made the leaks even more interesting, because now instead of small rumors, we have concrete details. The kind of details that almost always point to final production models. It means that while DJI is staying quiet, the manufacturing process is already in motion. The packaging speaks volume, as let's talk about the box art. The leaked images clearly show two main bundles. Flymore Combo with the RCN3 controller, Flymore Combo Plus with the upgraded RC controller. This matters for a couple of reasons. First, packaging leaks like this almost always come late in the production cycle. Factories print packaging at the end of the process. If the boxes exist, the drones are already being made in large numbers. Second, the choice of controllers shows DJI is keeping its tiered approach. The RC2 controller is the more premium option with the built-in screen. The RCN3 is the standard model for pilots who prefer using their phone as a display. So, buyers will likely have the same choice as before. Save money with the simpler controller, or go all in with the premium one. The wait, Mr. Here's where things get interesting. The Mini series has always carried a proud badge under 249 grams. That weight keeps it in the ultralight category for many countries. It means fewer restrictions, no formal registration in certain regions, and easier travel. But on this box, that label is missing instead. It just says ultralight and foldable. It doesn't give a number. That missing detail is a big clue. It suggests the Mini 5 Pro might be heavier than 249 grams. Not by a huge amount, but enough to lose that ultralight classification. Why would it be heavier? The most likely reason is the camera upgrade. Leaks say the Mini 5 Pro will have a 1-in image sensor. That's a big jump from the Mini 4 Pros. Smaller sensor, a bigger sensor needs larger optics. Larger optics need a stronger gimbal to stabilize them. Nat Edway got 4 drone photographers. That's a trade-off worth making because a bigger sensor changes everything about the camera. Bigger, brighter, better. A 1-in sensor gathers more light. More light means better detail, richer colors, and cleaner images in low light. It means more dynamic range where shadows keep their detail and highlights don't blow out. If you've ever flown a smaller sensor drone at sunset, you know the struggle. Either the sky looks great and the ground is too dark, or the ground is fine and the sky is a washed-out white with a bigger sensor. You get a more balanced shot. Capture the scene as your eyes see it. The Mini 5 Pro also pushes video performance further. 4K at up to 120 frames per second. Mini 4 propped out at 100 FPS. This bump opens the door to even smoother slow-motion aerial shots. And there's a new trick, 48mm medium telephoto mode. This is a digital crop that simulates a zoom lens. It gives you a tighter field of view without needing bulky optical zoom hardware that is perfect for shots where you want a closer perspective without flying dangerously near your subject. The gimbal gets creative, and of the most exciting leaks is about gimbal movement. The Mini 5 Pro's gimbal might rotate up to 225 for filmmakers. That's a huge creative jump. It means you could start a shot looking straight down, then tilt smoothly forward to reveal the horizon all in one continuous motion. No cutting, no awkward angle shift, just fluid cinematic movement. It also opens up new creative angles for transitions, reveals, and dynamic storytelling shots. Smarter safety and tracking obstacle avoidance is another area of improvement. The Mini 5 Pro might include forward-facing LED air sensors in addition to visual cameras. Why is that a big deal? LAR works better in low light, can see obstacles and conditions where regular cameras might struggle, like during dawn flights, dusk filming, or shaded forest runs. The tracking system is also getting an upgrade. Better algorithms should allow the drone to keep subjects locked, even if they move unpredictably.